Because of continuous panic attacks and her vulnerable condition, Lily was ordered to take a day's rest. Her injured palms were treated with medication and covered with antiseptics and bandages to heal the fresh wounds. Karina, who was witnessing everything, felt deeply sorry seeing Lily in such a state. There was only one thought revolving in her mind. What if Elena doesn't forgive her? She had understood that Lily loved Elena just as deeply as Elena loved her, and that they were both equally important to each other. Their souls were now connected. Even if they tried to detach from one another, the pain would be far worse than anyone could imagine, most likely ending with the destruction of one of them. No, this shouldn't happen. I'll try my best to fix everything, Karina murmured to herself and started thinking of a solution while getting busy with her daily chores. Lily was resting in the guest room when she mumbled, Elena, please forgive me. Please don't leave me like this." She was shivering, her entire body burning. It seemed like she was trapped in a bad dream and the pressure was overwhelming. Elena. Suddenly, she woke up with a jerk. Her face was drenched in sweat, and her breathing had turned uneven. Within a minute, she realized it was just a nightmare. The next moment, tears streamed down her face. She buried her face in her palms and thought, I can accept every punishment this world gives me, but not separation. Elena, please don't go away from me. After calming herself and wiping her tears, Lily went downstairs. Karina and Victor were present at the bar station. It seemed like they were discussing something important, so Lily gently knocked on the entrance barrier before stepping in. Both of them looked up, visibly shocked. Lily's face was extremely pale, and she looked very weak. It had been only a day since she arrived there, and this was already her condition. No one knew what awaited her next. "Oh, Lily, why are you standing there? Come in," Victor said. Lily walked toward them and replied with a faint smile. "No, I was just thinking whether I might be disturbing you both. I mean, it doesn't matter for me, but you have work to do, right?" "Oh, no, it's nothing like that. We were just casually discussing a few things," Karina said gently. Inside the Evil Queen's bedroom. It had been a long time since the Evil Queen had been unconscious due to the continuous doses of medication and the burden of her past. Suddenly, Elena's fingers twitched slightly. The medic present in the room failed to notice the movement as he wasn't paying close attention at that moment. "I am Officer Lily Anderson. Since childhood, I have been a patriot and always wanted to do something for my country. And when I finally got the chance, how could I step back?" Voices from the past echoed in Elena's ears, and a frown formed on her forehead, showing how deeply uncomfortable she felt remembering the day Lily revealed her true identity. "You think you found me? No, it was me who had been watching you closely for a long time." Elena clenched her fist tightly as scenes from the past once again danced before her eyes. "Dude, you really disappointed me, Elena. I mean, we bumped into each other in a mall, you held me in your arms, and you actually fell in love with me. Like, are you for real, or had you watched too many Hollywood movies back then?" By now, the Evil Queen's face was drenched in sweat. She tried to move, desperately attempting to escape the horrifying memories, but failed. The nightmare felt more like a sleep paralysis attack, not allowing Elena to break free. Lily's singing and mocking Elena. "When I first saw you, I felt like, as if my feet were shackled, like the dust of iron chains, like a burning pyre, like your garland." Elena clenched her teeth and pressed her forehead against the pillow. Her breathing turned uneven as she relived the scene from the past, the moment when she had begged Lily, asking whether she had ever loved her or not. And Lily had remained silent. "Please, Lily, just say it once, that you loved me just as much as I loved you. Just say it once." The moment Elena witnessed this memory, she jolted awake. She instinctively sat upright, her eyes bloodshot red. The duvet slipped down from her chest. Elena was wearing a push-up shoulder strap, while the rest of her body was wrapped in bandages. The medic present there noticed this and exclaimed, "Oh, ma'am, you've regained consciousness. I'll inform everyone right away. Till then, please rest." Elena shot him a deadly glare and said in a deep, commanding tone, "Your job is done. Now get lost." She twisted her body to the left, about to stand up, when the medic grabbed her wrist and said, "You need rest. You can't move without my consent." Elena looked at him for just a millisecond, but that one moment was enough to send chills down his spine. It felt as though a lioness had fixed him with a death stare. The very next second, he received a brutal kick to his abdomen, crashing into the exit door and falling outside the room. The evil queen's kick was far more powerful than one could imagine. The medic collapsed to his knees and the next moment vomited blood. He had an instinctive realization that he had provoked the lioness, and now something terrifying was after him. With trembling legs, he ran toward the first floor. Meanwhile, the evil queen stood up. She was wearing velvet lowers, and most of the skin below her abdomen was also wrapped in bandages. Elena moved forward in fury, an IV line still attached to her vein. She didn't care. As she advanced, the stand and the glucose bottle fell to the floor, and the drip automatically detached from her hand, leaving droplets of blood behind. A black leather jacket with golden chains was hanging on the hanger. Elena grabbed it and draped it over her upper body without fastening the chains. After a long struggle, the evil queen finally stepped out of her room. From her attire to her facial expressions to her body language, she looked far more terrifying and powerful than before. Yes, the past had weakened her deeply, but her attitude screamed her upgraded, ruthless side. Elena moved toward the first floor and went straight into the weapons station. She picked up an F-2000 assault rifle and left the den the very next second. By then, the medic had reached the ground floor and rushed toward the bar. Lily and Victor, who were present there, saw him entering hurriedly. They instinctively stood up, and before they could understand anything, a loud gunshot echoed. The bullet entered through the back of the medic's head and exited by piercing his forehead. Even before his body could hit the ground, he was dead on the spot. The very next second, his body collapsed with a dull thud, and the area began to pool with fresh blood. The trio stood completely numb. None of them had ever witnessed death like this. Suddenly, they heard approaching footsteps. They realized the killer was coming closer when a shadow fell across the bar. As Lily lifted her head to see who it was, her body trembled in fear. It was none other than the evil queen. From her eyes to her skin, everything carried a shade of red. Lily instinctively stepped back as she saw Elena approaching her. "Oh, Elena, madam, you," Karina murmured, but before she could say anything further, Elena raised her palm, commanding her to stay silent. Elena stared at Lily as she began walking toward her. Despite being barefoot, her footsteps echoed loudly. As she moved closer, her feet were drenched in the fresh blood scattered across the floor. Elena stopped right in front of Lily, while Lily trembled in fear. "Why are you here, Officer Lily Anderson?" Elena asked bluntly, her voice cold and commanding. Lily parted her lips, but couldn't utter a single word. Elena lifted the barrel of the rifle and placed it under Lily's chin. "I don't have the whole day. Fucking speak fast, or you'll be lying here next." I fell in love with you, Elena. I can't live without you," Lily somehow managed to say in a weak voice as tears streamed down her face. "Oh, is that so?" Elena scoffed bitterly. "But it's unfortunate, Lily, because the person you claim to love, you killed her with your own hands. Now stop shedding these crocodile tears and leave my property right now," Elena announced, seething with rage. Lily gave a faint smile and said while looking straight into Elena's eyes, "That person is right here, standing in front of me. I may be unfaithful for a moment, but her love is shining clearly before my eyes." For a brief second, Elena was lost in Lily's words. She quickly composed herself and closed her eyes. "Lily, leave," she said calmly. "You are the soul of my body, Elena. It took me so long to understand my love, and now you're telling me to go." Lily dropped to her knees and folded her hands in front of Elena. "I will accept death at your hands, Elena, but I can't do this. Either kill me or keep me." That was the breaking point for Elena's patience. She opened her eyes sharply, grabbed Lily by her upper arm, clenched it tightly, applying painful pressure, and pulled her toward herself. Lily cried out in pain, "Ah!" as she lost her balance and almost collapsed into Elena. She instinctively placed her right hand on Elena's chest, while her left upper arm remained trapped in Elena's grip. Time seemed to stop. For a moment, both of them were lost in each other's eyes, wrapped in a silence they desperately needed. Then Elena realized what she was doing and composed herself. The very next second, she shoved Lily toward the wall. Lily crashed into it, and Elena immediately positioned herself behind her, trapping her at the upper edge of the floor with Lily's back facing her. Elena threw the rifle into a corner of the room. With her right hand, she gripped Lily's waist tightly, and with her left hand, she held her chin. Elena rested her chin on Lily's shoulder, applying immense force, causing Lily severe pain. Tears streamed continuously down Lily's face as she whimpered. Elena, it hurts so much." Tears filled Elena's eyes too, but her anger and rage overpowered every other emotion. "Lily, leave this place. Before I cross the limits of my conscience and stain my love, just fucking leave." By now, Lily was exhausted, yet she still managed to whisper, Do whatever you want, but I won't leave my Elena." "Ah, Lily," Elena shouted in fury and raised her hand toward Lily's upper body, but stopped midway. Instead, she grabbed Lily by her upper arm and dragged her toward the exit. Please, Elena, no. Please, I'll die, Elena. Please don't do this," Lily begged repeatedly, but Elena paid no attention to her pleas. Elena reached the exit door and forcefully threw Lily out of her property. Lily lost her balance and fell to the ground. "If you ever step onto this doorstep again, Officer Lily Anderson, I swear, I will take your life," Elena said, her voice dripping with hatred. The very next second, she slammed the door shut on Lily's face.